Hello, here we have the Savage Gill sandeel, another one in different size. There's a big one, 265 grams. I only use these in the big sizes from 65 grams. This one's 100 gram, that one's 150. Unfortunately, they don't make them anymore, but I managed to buy a bulk lot of them from an auction. They've replaced them with these, the Savage Gear V2 sandeel. Not as good in my opinion. It's thinner. I mean, it's not a bad lure, don't get me wrong, I do use them, but I far prefer the original ones. So if you can get hold of the original ones, do. Now, the ones up to 100 grams, if you got the right gear, you can cast them from the shore, bring them back quite slow. Well, I like to bring them back quite slow, but they're primarily meant for jigging from a boat, and they're fantastic. What I really like about them is, by the tail here, they're quite thick, and that really helps, I find, move the paddle, create a lot of disturbance in the water and attract fish. The colours I like best are this, which is the natural colour. They come in a range of colours. They've got luminous ones or ones with luminous tails like this. I don't rate them that much myself, but you know, some people might. They've got a little loop here if you want to attach a further hook further down on a bit of line. You can. I've never bothered doing that because I find them really good hookers, to be honest. They get inhaled by the fish, and I've never had any problems hooking with them. Another thing you can use them for, and they're really good for, you don't see many people do it, is for trolling. If you troll them quite slow over shallowish ground, you pick up a load of cod and halibut on them. They're really good for that, really good for trolling. They're a great lure. I really like them a lot. I'm sure there's plenty of shops that have got some old stock of the original ones, and if you see them, buy them before they sort of run out. As I say, the upgraded version, which I suppose they've done to save money, that's what companies usually do, isn't as good in my opinion. One thing I will say about these, when you get fish on them, this one's been taken by a fish, I've caught fish on it, I've glued it back up, and they're quite easy to glue up, and don't often get that much damage to them. They don't seem to get really ripped apart like some soft baits do, so they survive quite well. And also the paint on them, on the heads, survives quite well. I mean, this has got a few chips out of it, but nothing like you get on like fish minnows, for example, which do chip quite badly after use, I find. Now, these always come with a spare body. I've never ever replaced a body on them, so I don't know how easy or how difficult that is, but generally with soft baits, when you get the hang of it, you know, it's not a problem. They're generally quite simple to do, to be honest. Yeah, so that's it. The original Savage Gear sandeel. The reason I don't use them in less than 65 grams is that there's plenty of sandeel imitations out there that are cheaper, and I think probably just as good in smaller sizes. But in the bigger sizes, these are certainly ones I recommend. I far prefer these to any other make. Yeah, a great lure, the Savage Gill sandeel, the original one. If you find them, get them while you can.